Hey guys, Retro Gaming Guy here. So today in this video, we're going to unbox, demo, and review this mini PC right here that I picked up off of Amazon. Now this is the MinisForum UN1290 Mini PC. You can see exactly what this looks like unboxed right here on your screen, but we've got some really incredible specs on here as well that I want to dive into. Again, before we unbox this and take a look at the layout and design of this mini PC. So this mini PC actually offers the Intel i9-12900HK processor. That's 14 cores, 20 threads, speeds of up to 5 gigahertz on here. We have 32 gigabytes of RAM, and of course we've got a 512 gigabyte SSD installed within, running Windows 11. Now, at the time of this video, this is selling for $425.99. Prices do fluctuate, sometimes on a daily basis in some cases, so definitely check the link in the description of this video to see what it's currently selling for when you're viewing this video. But we're going to unbox this. We're going to take a look at the layout and design of this mini PC. And of course, we're going to test out the performance as well. And how are we going to test it out? With games, of course. So we're going to jump into some emulators. We're going to check out retro video game emulation first and foremost. And then we'll jump into some AAA titles as well. And we'll see what this is capable of over there. So let's dive into it and get started. All right, let's get started unboxing this. All right, so you get a little tips sheet right here. We've got warnings. We've got our manual, which I do like to always thumb through these. So walks through our instructions, getting to know our mini PC, using our mini PC, and of course, safety information. So it also tells us what our contents in here are so we can make sure that we did receive everything we're supposed to receive. Walks through all of our ports, what everything does, how we make those connections. Very thorough, I will say. A lot of these mini PCs, they come with very basic manuals. This seems to be pretty in-depth, so that's cool. We've got the actual mini PC right here, which I'm going to set aside. And we'll first go through here and see what accessories or attachments, cables, all that good stuff we have as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and empty all the contents out here on the desk. And we'll comb through everything. So first part of our power supply cable, second part right over here, very similar to what we typically will receive from MinisForum, who I'm a big fan of. And this will just connect one part into the other right here, very self-explanatory. We've got a regular HDMI cable here. We've got our SATA connection, which can install internally. Very familiar with that. That's been present in most of the MinisForum mini PCs that have come out recently. We've got some set screws here. And we also have, of course, our mounting bracket right here. So very convenient if you want to install this on the back side of a monitor, if you want to install this on a desk, outside of a desk, alongside or inside of an arcade one-up cabinet. If you're modding out an arcade cabinet, you can do a wide range of different setups there. But let's bring in our mini PC and take a closer look. So first and foremost, definitely a good size mini PC. It's got a little bit of weight to it, so it does seem to be high quality. Typical for what we would typically get with something lined up with the specs that we have on here. So very nice layout. The logo located right here on top. If we go to the front panel here, you can see that we have a indicator light over here. We have our power button right here. We have our microphone connection right over here. And we have two USB 3 ports right here in the front too for easy access, especially as gamers. I think this is something that is super convenient. If we flip this all the way around to the back, that's where we're going to find the rest of our ports. So we have our 19-volt power supply connection right here. We have a USB 4 connection right here, which is a USB-C. We also have HDMI port below that. Next to it, we have our Ethernet connection. We have our display port. And we have two USB ports over here. These are USB-As, regular USB. They're not USB 3s. And then if we flip this down here to the back side, you can see that we have our two mounting holes right here where we can go ahead and use this along with our mount right here. So very straightforward, very easy to maneuver and use this. Now let's go ahead and open this up a little bit here. So underneath each of the 4 feet here, if we go ahead and remove those, we should have a screw under here. It does take a little prying to get them pulled open. Or pulled off rather. But the nice thing is the bottom side is very sticky, so you will be able to reapply these without any issue. But if you take a look in here, we do have a screw underneath each of these, and that's how we're going to remove the bottom panel and access everything internally. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll be able to jump in here and see what is offered inside. All right, so we got those 4 screws removed. They're located right over here. You do have to press in on this little indent right over here, which is located above the regular USB ports on the back side. And then you can just simply lift that bottom panel right out like this. Full access to everything inside here. So you can see your RAM, you can see your SSD, full access to everything that you would want to kind of customize or adjust within. Now, if we do want to install that SATA connection, which we do have right over here, that would simply go into this little slot right here. You can see this little white piece. All you have to do is just simply make this connection just like that. Pushes right in place, and then you're good to go. You can go in here and just remove this little piece and install an additional SSD if you wanted to. So I'm going to remove that just for right now. I'm going to actually make my connections externally today, but we're good to go here. Everything is looking good. So we're going to just close this back up. I'll go ahead and put my little adapter away. I'm going to reinstall the back panel here. Very simple, just like this. Clicks into place, and then we just secure the 4 screws in there. We'll put the feet back on, and then we'll boot this up and jump into some games to test everything out.
Cat Battle 2, fight! Tag the target straight ahead. You're 12 o'clock.
All right, guys, we jumped in here. We checked out this mini PC from MinisForum, and I definitely like the layout and design here. So one thing I will say right off the bat is that the cooling on here is exceptional. MinisForum has put a lot of attention into cooling on their latest models, and this stays incredibly cool even when jumping into AAA titles that are pretty demanding for a mini PC like this. So I noticed that it does shoot out some warm air out of the back, but when you put your hand right on top, even after hours, and I did test this out for hours today, it stayed nice and cool. It was barely even warm to the touch. So really great cooling on here. But in terms of layout and design, I definitely like what this offers and where the ports are and their placement. We have the two USB 3 ports located right in the front panel. Very convenient as a gamer to plug in my controller, to plug in my external SSD or flash drives, whatever I'm looking to do. I have easy access to everything there. So that's the best port offerings located right in the front panel. Oftentimes we do see that they'll stick the best port offerings on the backside with mini PCs. So I like the fact that the best is offered in the front here in this case. Now, taking a look at the backside too, we have HDMI, Type-C, as well as DisplayPort ports located on the backside, each of which can bring this over onto a different display a different way. In fact, you can use all three of these at the exact same time to be able to get a triple display experience going. Now, I personally don't use 3 displays at one time. I'll use 2 for video editing and stuff, but to have the option to use 3 is huge here. So I definitely like that. Now, the USB ports in the back are regular USB ports, and that's kind of a downgrade from obviously what we have going on with the USB 3s in the front. So I'd like to see those be USB 3 as well. We are seeing a lot of mini PCs out there these days. Just upgrade everything across the board. Anything that's USB-A, they bring to USB 3. So I think that would definitely, put this on a higher level here. But is it a bad thing that they're regular USB? Not really. It's not a huge deal at the end of the day. Now let's talk about the performance here. So we jumped into emulation gaming. This can handle everything that you throw at it in terms of emulation gaming. There's no shortcomings, there's no issues there. Not to say that you won't have titles that don't work, but that's due to the emulators, not due to the mini PC in this case that you're running the emulator through. So definitely a wonderful option here for emulation gaming. Now let's talk about AAA titles. So for AAA gaming, it is a good experience here for the most part, but there are some shortcomings. The downside here is it's very hard to pinpoint where those shortcomings are going to be. Until you launch into a title and you test it out, there's no set way to say, okay, this is going to work with this title, but not that one over there. It's very much trial and error to figure out what performs well here with AAA gaming. And I will say this, the majority of the games that I jumped into were a good experience here, but I think when you start to go even more modern, like Halo Infinite, which is a couple years old, we saw that that did not work here. We had significant screen tearing, we had a lot of flickering, and just a lot of issues in general that made the game unplayable here. So you will find titles like that. So for that reason, I would say if you're looking for a AAA gaming experience, you probably want to avoid this mini PC and just upgrade to the next one up from MinisForum, which I've reviewed a lot of products from them. I'll provide some links in the description of this video. So if you are looking for something a little bit better, I'll show you guys some options in the description of this video as well. Just remember, if you're looking for more, you're also going to pay more. The prices are going to be a little bit higher. So this one's under 500 bucks. And I definitely think that it's priced very fairly. And I've reviewed, again, a lot of products from this company. And I will say they are very fair with their pricing. When you have a discounted product, usually you're going to have a slight tier down in terms of the specs included within that mini PC. When you have stuff that is much more expensive, it's for a reason. It's because the specs are much better. So for where this is priced and where it lines up performance-wise, I definitely think that it's a great option. Just you have to weigh out the pros and cons and figure out, what are you looking to get from this? Are you looking to use this for streaming? Are you looking to use this for regular PC usage and emulation? If so, really a great option here. But if you're looking for just, AAA gaming without any limitations whatsoever, then you're probably going to want to upgrade from this and go with something that's a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more capable. So that's going to do it for today, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments of this video what you thought of this mini PC today and what you think of MinisForum in general. It's honestly, at this point, one of my favorites, if not my favorite mini PC company out there. I think they are consistently putting out amazing products that make sense and that upgrade model by model. So definitely let me know in the comments what you guys thought. If you enjoyed the video today, please give me a thumbs up on the video. It's a huge help to me here on YouTube. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos right here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.